So you're thinking about moving to Austin, Texas, but you're still not quite sure where you want to live in Austin. Totally understandable. It's a big place. Well, probably if you're really looking seriously, you've heard of Round Rock and maybe you're even considering it. And you know, Round Rock has a lot of very interesting and nice new construction opportunities. But there's one at the moment that is, at least for me, one of the most interesting. It's called Monarch on Main. It sits literally within walking distance of the historic center of Round Rock, where all of the action is, where you want to go, all the nightlife, all of that. Well, let's go check it out. If this is your first time to the channel, don't forget to press that subscribe button and tap that notification bell so that you'll be the first to know of new developments happening here in the greater Austin area. My name's Jeremy Critt, and I'm a licensed real estate broker, and I help people who reach out to me from YouTube every day buy, sell, and invest here in the greater Austin area. So if you're looking to make a move, let me help you make your move a great success. So we're going to take a look at two floor plans in this community. The first one is the Asherton. That's a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, 1,975 square feet. Then we're going to go right here next door and we're going to look at the Waller floor plan, which is a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, 1,881 square feet. So let's go check it out. Before we really take a tour of these properties, I just want to point out one thing. Monarch on Main is actually a community of attached townhouses. And the reason why they did that is because this is actually an infill development area. This is very close to the historical downtown area. There's tons of older houses all around us. In order to build something at scale, you have to tear things down. That's something that really elevates this community because it brings you close to the historic center of Round Rock, but you have nice upscale living in something like Monarch on Main. Let's go take a look inside. All right, we're gonna step into the Asherton now, and we're walking right in. And one of the things you can actually notice right away is that Pulte decided to go for a really open floor plan. I'm just gonna turn around here and so you can kind of see what it's like. This is a very open plan, and you can see here right behind me is the living room, nice and spacious, lots of windows, lots of light coming in here. I would say that's something really nice I'm noticing right away. They really have thought about the orientation of where the actual building structure sits on the lot and where the light is coming in from, and the windows are just really huge. So one of the things I noticed right away in this Asherton plan, and I really like it, is they've really developed 4 distinct areas downstairs. You got the kitchen right here behind me. You've got the living room, which easily flows from the kitchen. And then we've got a little dining area here, but there's a 4th area. If you go through the kitchen, and actually it's right next to the garage, which is right here. We won't go there because the sales office is there, but we got a half bath here, which is very nice, which services downstairs. And then we've got a little mud area here where you can put your coat, shoes, etc. We have a closet here, and this closet really goes very deep. Actually, let's see how deep it goes. We'll go together to see how deep it goes. It really goes here. Okay, we're making good YouTube here, okay? So you can see it really goes very deep here. So lots of storage space, and that really will take us upstairs. So let's go ahead and go upstairs and take a look. Upstairs, we're actually gonna go upstairs here. All of the bedrooms are upstairs in this plan. So upstairs, we have a second living area, and this is quite spacious. So really, you could have people downstairs. It's quite separated. So you could have people downstairs doing their thing, and you could have people upstairs doing their thing. Maybe if you had kids, you could be downstairs just kind of decompressing. Your kids could be up here making a lot of noise, playing video games. And here we have all of the bedrooms. So let's go ahead and start to the primary bedroom. Let's take a look at the primary bedroom. I think one of the things you're gonna notice right away is how big this primary suite is. Look at how big this is. This is actually a king-size bed, and you can see it very easily fits in this bedroom. Now, right here to my right is the primary bathroom. Huge entrance, and you can see right away we've got a walk-in closet. So this is actually a really huge closet. You can fit a lot in here. Nice shelves, racks, as we would expect. Look here, we have a double vanity, lots of cabinet space. We have a little room here for the toilet, which can close, which gives you privacy. And then we have a shower with bench. Very nice materials. It looks very well appointed, does not look cheap at all. Now let's go into the 2 secondary bedrooms and see what those look like. Okay, now we're in the second bedroom. And again, the rooms here are very large. And you can see here, there's a closet, It has double doors here so you can really open it up. They did not go for sliding doors. I guess you could say, I mean, this is nice because you can really open it up, but of course you got to make sure that you don't have any furniture that would be blocking that door. But very nice, very well appointed. And then we're going to go into the second bedroom. And again, these rooms are very spacious. I do want to point out, just look how big these windows are. You know, builders kind of go two different ways. You have like a little, I call them portals, which is like this little window cut out of a wall, or you've got a wall that is almost a window, and that's what we have here, and I really like that. And if we go back here, we'll notice that there's also a walk-in closet. So this is not huge, but I can actually walk in here, which is nice. So a very big closet. These rooms are very good size. So these are actually quite large rooms. Let's now go into the bathroom upstairs. So this is a full bath. We can see here that we have a double vanity, so two people can have their things going on here. We've got a tub with a shower, the toilet here, and then we've got a linen closet here, which is very good. So very nice finishes, very nice. I like the idea that you have these two living areas that are very distinct from each other. I think they did a very good job with this floor plan. Even though this is a townhouse and it's kind of, you know, they're stacked on top of each other here, I do get a sense of openness, and the ceilings are, I believe these ceilings are 9-foot ceilings, so there's some height, so you have some depth, you have some breathing room. I really like the layout. Now, one of the interesting things in this floor plan, and I don't see this too often, but because all of the living areas, the bedrooms are upstairs, they put the laundry room upstairs, so you don't have to go down to do your laundry and bring clothes up. Obviously, if the bedrooms are upstairs, it makes sense to put the laundry upstairs, so I really like that. Let's go ahead and go in here and take a look here. So this is actually a pretty sizable room. I'm going right to the back and putting the camera right here to the corner so you can really see here. So we've got a washer, we've got a dryer here, and we've got a sink. Look at this, we got a sink here. People really like that. I know I really like that. So there is plenty of space here for laundry. They've really thought this through. I really like this. This is super convenient. Now, another thing I want to point out in the laundry room is that they have these panels in here, and these houses are wired. So we have, if we open this up, we can see here, look at all of this, look at this here. They have all of the coaxial cable here. So this is completely wired. You can have wired internet all throughout the house. This is really important, especially with the kind of life that we all live. You want to be connected, you want Wi-Fi, but many of us, including myself, you know, we want to have our computer connected into the internet with a wire. So you get that with this house. All right, let's go ahead and look at the next floor plan, and I'll meet you over there. Wait a minute, I'm not done yet. If this is your first time to the channel, don't forget to press that subscribe button and tap that notification bell so that you will be the first to know of new developments happening in Austin. And if you're thinking about moving to Austin, let me help you make your move a great success. See you on the next one. All right, let's now head into the Waller. This is the smaller floor plan, and let's go ahead and take a look at how this looks. You know, I'm going in, and immediately what I notice is that it's just truly open concept living. I really like this. You can see immediately you have the kitchen, which looks into the living room. So you could be cooking and watching the game here. And then we've got a little dining area, which is very nice. And I like what they've done with the furniture here because they're really trying to get you to imagine it. You can see this couch kind of goes into the corner here, so you really get a sense of a nook space there. Now, one of the interesting things about this community is that you can have the full design center experience. So you can really customize these. And one thing I want to point out is that when it's all said and done, at least at this point in time when we're filming this, these properties are in the mid 400s. And I would say that's a pretty good value considering that you're so close to the historic Round Rock downtown area. I mean, that's a pretty good price to be in such a prime location. Of course, it is attached. Some people don't like that, but everyone's different, so it might be for you. Let's take a little closer look at the kitchen. So I noticed right away in this kitchen, it has very good clearances. So I'm noticing here, we have the island here, and then we have the range here. And this space between both of these, the space between these, the countertops, there's enough room for people to be walking through here. I could see 2 or 3 people cooking, having fun in here, and it's gonna be comfortable. It does not feel tight, and I like that. They have enough room. And sometimes with properties like this, sometimes they're just trying to really make the open areas look really big. And so these little spaces like this will start looking very cramped because they're trying to conserve space. But no, this is all laid out very well. They really thought about the space between these two things. This is actually a Whirlpool conduction range, but they have a lot of other possibilities. I saw the other one had KitchenAid. So there's a lot, a wide range of appliances that you can choose from. These cabinets are very nice. These are stylistically very nice, very modern design. Just notice even the hood, very modern elements to the design, and I like that. And we would expect that at this price point, but also for the kind of look and feel and lifestyle that Pulte's trying to give the customers a property like this. Let's go back here and take a look as well. The garage would be right here. And so you can see right here, there's a little mudroom here where you can put shoes, coats, very nice. And then also we have the bathroom here. So that's good. So people obviously need to go to the bathroom downstairs. And let's go upstairs and take a look. All right, well, we're now upstairs and I want to point out a couple of things. And here I want to say that I think Pulte has done a great job. I think this is a really great product and I really have a lot of good things to say about it. And this is not a criticism of Pulte or even this community, but it's just something to say about this these kinds of properties, attached properties. So there are always pros and cons. And I think it's important. One of the things I like to do in these videos is I just don't want to say everything's great. No, I think when you're buying a house, you do need to weigh different options and you need to think about the pros and cons. So I think it's important to be honest with things as you're selling real estate and as you're thinking about real estate. So these are attached townhouses. So if you noticed in the other floor plan that we saw, the upstairs living area had basically a wall of windows because it was facing out. It was at the end. Well, this one is not on the end. So look here, this is the wall and there are no windows. So it's a different feel. There's still lots of light. I noticed here through the primary bedroom, there's a lot of light coming in from there. There's a lot of light coming in from these bedrooms over here, but it's a different feel. And so which unit you have in a row of attached units, it's going to change the feel of the property. So let's go ahead now and let's go into the primary room. We're going to walk in here. And one of the things I want to point out, and this was true of the other floor plan, these primary bedrooms are absolutely huge. That's a king size bed behind me. I mean, just look at the space between the wall and the bed. And it's actually the same here. There's even more space over here. I mean, I have a wide angle lens here. You can just see, look how big this room is. It's huge. Again, windows, love that, love the windows. And let's go into the primary bathroom and take a look here. So there's a lot of space in here already. So right here we have double vanity here, very nice surfaces, plenty of cabinet space. Over here we have the linen closet, which is very nice. And then we have a shower with a bench, nice tile arrangement. Here we have the toilet, and of course you can close that, which is very nice, have privacy. We can have two people in here doing two different things, bothering each other. And here we have a huge walk-in closet. I mean, this is just massive. This is just a massive walk-in closet. So interestingly, in the primary bedroom, this particular unit, it has two closets that are a little bit different. The first closet is right here. This is a walk-in closet. This is a huge closet here. But if we go out through the bathroom, back into the room, there's another closet right here. And this is also not as big, but you can walk inside of it. So there is a lot of space in here where you can put things, you can put boxes in here, shoes, boots, whatever. So lots of space here in this primary bedroom. Let's go ahead now, let's go down the hall. All right, we're now on the other side. So the primary bedroom is here, and then over here we have the other bedrooms. Let's check out the other bedrooms now. If you look down the way here, we're gonna walk across the main living area upstairs, and immediately to our left we have the bathroom. And one of the things I like about the bathroom is it is very spacious. There's a lot of room in here. You could have actually 3 people in here comfortably. Not that you would want 3 people in here, but you notice here there's a double vanity. And so you could have 2 people, cleaning their hands, washing their face, whatever here. And then we have a very nice walk-in shower, which is good. And then if we go up here, right across from the bathroom is the laundry room. Similar to the other unit that we saw, the laundry's upstairs because the bedrooms are upstairs. Obviously, if you're living your life upstairs and this is where everyone is sleeping and changing and stuff, you want to do it upstairs because you don't want to be going upstairs and downstairs. So that's a very good design choice here. Lots of room in here. This one doesn't have a sink. I don't know if you can get a sink in each one. I'm not sure. We would have to ask. And similar to the other units we saw, you can see right here it's completely wired, which is awesome. Let's check out the 2 other bedrooms in this house. This one here is very nice. They actually put some workout equipment in here to give you a sense of the size of the room. So you can see, like, here's an exercise bike. We have a little rowing machine here. So it's very big. So this is a really big room, which is nice. It could be, you could make it into an office. You could have an exercise room like this, or you could have someone, living their life and sleeping here. So a lot of options. And here you'll notice we have a closet. These closets are quite large. It's not really a walk-in closet, but there's plenty of space here for storage. Let's go into the other bedroom now. All right, we're now in the last bedroom. And again, this is absolutely huge. And there's a little bonus in here. This one actually has a walk-in closet. So actually the other one did not have a walk-in closet, the other secondary bedroom, but this one does. So that's nice. And you can see here, we have a twin bed here. So we can see, you can just get a sense of the size of the room. There's definitely enough room to have your bed, have some other furniture in here. This one has a nice view out. Of course, right now it's a construction zone, but that will change. That'll be different. This community actually doesn't have any real amenities. The sales office told me that they're thinking about putting a dog park in. They might or might not do that. But really, this is not about amenities on the property, because what it's really about is the location, that the fact that you're very close to the historic downtown area of Round Rock. That is really the gem of Monarch on Main. So I'm right now in the center of the historical downtown of Round Rock, and this is where all the action is in Round Rock. This is where you go to have fun. And Monarch on Main is actually just behind me. I mean, you have to walk maybe 5 minutes down this street and you would find it. And that's what makes Monarch on Main so interesting. A development like Monarch on Main, if it were on the outskirts of Round Rock, far away from where we're at now, it probably wouldn't be that interesting, because you'd probably want a house with a front yard and a backyard. Why would you give that up? Why would you pay in the mid 400s, high 400s for something like an attached townhome? Well, you would do it because you want to be around all of this. If I go all around me, you can see tons of coffee shops. There's a coffee shop right here. There's pizzerias, there's bars, there's all kinds of things going on. I'm actually walking towards a concert right now. Actually, everyone thinks I'm crazy filming this, but hey, that's YouTube for you. But I'm actually walking towards a concert right now. That's why I'm holding this mic. There's all these farmer markets and outdoor events all the time in this area. So that's why you would want to live at Monarch on Main. That's what makes infill development so interesting, where you can buy a new house, a nice product, close to a place where you'd like to hang out and live. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one.